Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Cam. With Knock at the Cabin coming this February, I took it upon myself to start a series where I review every M. Night Shyamalan film I have yet to cover in honor of that film. I have already covered The Sixth Sense as part of the AFI project, Unbreakable as part of a separate Better Than You Remember series, and then I covered Glass and Old when they were both released. Everything else I have yet to talk about. And so, figuring, because despite M. Night Shyamalan being a very divisive director, I have a lot of respect for him creating mostly original things, and overall I think his heart is in the right place. I decided to create this series. There's probably some of you who are worried about my mental sanity, especially coming out of this, but trust me, I know what I'm doing, and I'm going to try and have fun with this, especially from a certain Last Airbender movie, which I consider one of the worst of all time. But I'm going to have a guest for that one, so stay tuned. Let's kick the series off by talking about M. Night Shyamalan's very first film from 1992, Praying with Anger. It tells the story of an Indian teenager played by Shyamalan. He goes back to India from America after his father passes away, and, well, it pretty much is what you think it is. It's a bit of a styles clash. As I have said, despite the fact that M. Night Shyamalan has made some truly trash movies, I do respect the guy as a filmmaker. He has always strived, from what I have come to understand, to make the movies that he has always wanted to make. That has never worked out for him, and its good to bad movies rate is very skewed to one side. But I always give him a chance, and I always like him, and I always try and give him a shot, even when people have completely written him off. I had a very hard time finding this movie. It's not on any streaming service that I am aware of. I found it on YouTube, and the quality on it, quite honestly, is very bad. But it was a complete version, and so I had to do with what I had. And so I finally watched it. And they say it's a forgotten film, and yeah, there's a good reason for it. Honestly, it's barely even worth getting mad about. It's not the kind of stuff that Shyamalan would do later in his career where you just want to rip your hair out of anger, for lack of a better word, because the movie's just kind of there. First and foremost, Shyamalan is the main star, as well as the producer, writer, and director. His acting is not great, but he is serviceable for what he is going with. I could not find anything about a budget, but from what I've been able to see, the budget for the movie was pretty small. So in that respect, I understand why he cast himself as the main star, because, well, he didn't have enough cash to afford Bruce Willis yet. I will give Shyamalan credit, though, that there are some shots in the movie that actually do look pretty decent. He had a good eye for several shots, and in terms of visual storytelling, there were some moments where I'm like, I like what he was going for there, and I think that worked well. There is definitely some elements of Shyamalan in terms of dialogue and actions people do that are definitely present here. Nothing like, say, on the level of his later movies, but the signs were definitely there. I think the biggest offender is a scene where Shyamalan's character is getting bullied by the local bullies. And instead of just like shoving him to the ground or hitting him, they just like lightly shove the kid around. And I'm just sitting there like, these bullies suck. Like, hit him. I mean, like, don't hit him. I mean, bullying sucks and I hate it. But I mean, in the context of the moment, it just took me out of the movie and be like, these bullies are terrible. They're just, like, they're not even that good. What I was able to glean from this first watch of M. Night Shyamalan's first film is that he definitely was M. Night Shyamalan from the very beginning. He would get better and considerably worse later down the road, but overall, his heart was in the right place, and that spirit was present from the very beginning. Overall, I'm going to give this a very forgettable rating, and honestly, like I said, it's nowhere near Sixth Sense good, and it's nowhere near like Last Airbender bad. It's just serviceable. The acting is serviceable. Some good shots, but it's mostly serviceable. The story about an Indian American going to India and the clash of virtues and realities thereof you've seen in better movies. I respect the fact that Shyamalan got a movie made, and clearly this put a lot of eyeballs on him because he would get a bigger budget and producer and bigger stars in his next project. This definitely got a foot in the door. But for what this is in the year 2022, 30 years after the fact, yeah, this one wasn't great. If you have indeed seen Praying with Anger, what did you think about it? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. I'd love to read what you have to say. And next week, be continuing the series with Shyamalan's second film starring Rosie O'Donnell, Wide Awake. But if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below. And if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. That way when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.